Hey, we are back with Gamebound, doing some more Legacy Life Among the Ruins, and we've broken Seth. But we
No,
won't talk about why.
we won't talk
We,
about why.
we
No,
won't
just forget it
talk about
happened.
why. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I think we're gonna go on a little lake trip. Just your normal everyday lake trip to an underground lake where the spirits of nature were once contacted. Totally everyday sort of stuff. So is everyone going? I think we wanted to bring Gritchley along because he has the Spirit Rider thing. Um, so,
Yep.
but then I guess here's the question: is this
Plus,
something
it's
that?
also like restoring their old religion, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
let's
That's
figure
that's what
out.
Cinammon wants to help them do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cinammon also wants to find out what even happened to the mole badger things in the first place.
It's true.
So,
and also just get water if
and get
possible.
water. There are many reasons why this is a good idea. Here's a question though. Are the Talpavaroi, like, is this happening right away? Is this the next thing that happens? Is Cinammon takes a visit to the lake, or do we spend some days? I mean, this is Legacy Life Among the Ruins, right? Like, long stretches of time can pass here as we do various things. Um, is this like, would Cinammon insist on doing this immediately, or is she okay helping the Talpavaroi like do their
Uh,
thing for a while?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to try to fortify this place as much as we can
Yeah.
first before just leaving it vulnerable.
Right,
You know,
especially because like
especially
the
if their leader
Talpavaroi.
just leaves. You know,
Exactly, yeah.
that just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I mean, yes, as much as Cinammon wants to just go right away, she's like, well, it's been there for centuries now. At this point, probably it can wait a couple more days.
You
Yeah.
probably also want to wait to make sure you're not ambushed by, a mold warp, but while you're trying to look at the lake.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, get some scouting of the area too would help. Okay, cool. Well, let's zoom out then, and then we'll do some family moves and then zoom back in. So when you zoom out, when events move from zoomed in scenes to the bigger picture and actions covering weeks and months become important, each player whose main character wasn't involved picks one. So this would just be you, Jordan. Let's find out what Mickey's been doing while that happened. Did you find a new place in your family? Did you go scavenging in the wasteland? Did you scout for information? Did you help out another family or faction? Or did you discover a new danger?
I think I scouted for information, or I went out seeking information.
Sure. So the kind of mechanical option there is basically describe a lead that might give you a new surplus or remove a need and get one data. So is there a particular surplus or need? Actually, here, let's take a look at this. So the start set seekers, I think right now, do not have access to warp metal because the demagogues who were against you snuck it off somewhere for their secret project before you were able to control everybody again. So that's something you could try to search out.
Yeah.
You know that they got like a big hunk of warp. Like it was literally like the mold warp you guys killed in session 1 had a gigantic like nugget of it in its stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely something that would be valuable if you can find it again.
Yeah. I was thinking something that could, and maybe this is it, but something that can push toward, what was it?
But yeah, you could also find something that could erase one of your other needs. Defenses, leadership, or morale.
Yeah, I think trying to find that magic metal. Magic worm metal.
Yep. Mole metal.
Mole metal.
Cool. Yeah. Let's do that.
Metal.
So you have a lead on it. Let's see. You are now in charge of the Secret Research Center full of untamed wonders. Let's see. Where would they go? I think that your enemies, the whatever remains of the cabal that was that threw you off of that like outcast you and whatnot and stole the warp metal, they retreated to the valley where lights appear in the sky and a spot where the law of physics were unraveled. This little crater thing over here, to do scientific experiments on the warp metal. Right? They want to figure out something with the warp metal.
Okay.
So to get it back, that's where you need to go. You need to get a posse together and go check it out.
Okay. Posse.
So yeah, that's what Mickey has been doing. And then let's make a family move, shall we? I think that Haveroy are going to be making a move here to like help fortify things, right? And do some hunting or whatever you wanted to do. So let's see. When you scout for signs of behemoth attack, pick a danger in the world as an omen of incoming assault. Say out of threats, solution, choice. Okay, so you could do that.
Which one?
Your Kaiju threat alert move.
Oh.
The trigger is when you scout for signs of behemoth attack. Basically, you can decide like this is how it's going to happen, and then you can take steps to deal with it. Or we could just do one of the basic family moves. So, such as claim by force. Right, you could direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource. Those are the two options I see here. You could just be like, we're taking the fight to them, and we're gonna like start carving out a space here and just like do some claiming by force. Or you can be like, okay, we're gonna scout for signs of a kaiju attack. Like where are the mold warps actually going? And then from there, you can like decide like, okay, I know about the mold warps. This is what they would likely do, and then we would play out a sequence where you would fight them off and we'd see what happens.
So it's claim by force or kaiju threat alert.
Yeah, I think so. Unless like the ones below or the Clan of Ancient Mysteries have a family move that would be relevant, which I'm not sure they do.
I don't think so. I just have access to the 2 that are checked. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Add +1 quality to any group of followers entirely made of members of your family. So, which I've already done that. So.
Oh yeah, actually, you could just do that again.
I'm confused on the kaiju threat alert. Do I just pick one of those things?
Yeah. So I think the way it works, and we did this once, just because the narrative had already moved into the idea of them showing up. But the narrative trigger is when you scout for signs of behemoth attack, you pick a danger in the world as an omen of an incoming assault. So this is kind of like you getting to play GM for a little bit. You because you know about the mold warps, you get to decide what is the danger here? Like what is an omen of an incoming assault? So for example, you could be like as simple as, okay, this rapidly expanding alien ecosystem right here, which this is probably the most obvious answer. That's the threat, right? They're continuing to expand their tunnels. Like they're not going to stop. So what do we gotta deal with it. And then you say how it threatens families of your choice. So you could be like, the ones below are going to be wiped out if we don't deal with this mold warp threat in X way. And then they become alerted. You can spend a treaty you have on one alerted group on any other. Okay, so yeah, this is just a treaty thing. If the behemoth is stopped before the threat becomes plausible, then X. If you stop it once it's a clear threat, then X. So basically from there, we would just play out a sequence, probably in character again, where you're fighting the mold warps. And then based on what happens in that sequence, other things would happen in the family level.
Okay. So it's either that or... Would that make sense to do now, though? Because we got to do the water thing?
Technically, you could do this. We could do both. We could do Kaiju Threat Alert and then Claim by Force, right? We don't have to zoom in. We can just stay in the family level and do it that way, right? So you can still...
I mean, if we don't get to the lake today, we could pick it up next week, too, so...
But I think let's do it that way if that's fine with you, Seth. We can stay at the family level, but I think we can just do both of these moves, right? One of them is just kind of like you deciding, like, is there anything special happening here?
I think the thing that is, as you say, we see that the rapidly expanding alien ecosystem is the problem, and that is the biggest threat to the ones below right now. And if we don't take care of it, we already saw that this one kaiju came in and it attacked a house when no one was like.
Before they were coming in and like getting sacrifices, right? Like that's what was like regularly happening. I believe that's what happened. And if they don't do that anymore, right? Eventually the mold warps are going to realize, oh, I got to find the food myself, I guess, right?
Oh, well, it's going to come. It just took a house out. Next time it might go on a rampage.
Yep.
And try and do it. So we need to take care of the rapidly expanding alien ecosystem. That is the most obvious current threat. There's also the reality tear, but that's a little further away from the thing.
Let me look up real quick what treaty does again, because
I don't remember. All I know is I have a lot
that's
of
important
treaty
to your
on the
move
Clan of
here.
Ancient Mysteries.
Yep. When you call on an obligation another family has on you, you spend treaty and choose one. You can take +2 on a move that targets them. You can take a surplus from them. You can get them to back you up, fall into indecision, or protect something important. Player families can resist by spending 1 treaty on you or holding together if they have none. So this is a way that you can like get other factions to help you with things. So keep that in mind. Also, when your family throws its weight behind another, you roll plus your treaty with them. And then on a hit, you give that family fleeting advantage. On a 7 and 9, your family, blah, 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 blah. So basically, it's the like how you interact with other families. So keep that in mind if we're doing something with another family here. So yeah, I think we should probably just roll claim by force now, right? When you direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource. So...
Wait, it says when I lend aid to a group under a kaiju threat alert, gain 1 treaty on them. Do I gain treaty on the ones below then?
I do believe you do. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ones below, I have 1. And could I use this treaty now while in the process of doing this?
Let's see.
Could I use the treaty I have them for the claim on the claim by force?
If you want to spend a treaty to get them to back you up, then yes. That makes sense. Like you would probably have to make a roll otherwise to get them to like bring their full force to bear, like get a bunch of recruits together. But if you spend a treaty, you can just be like, hey.
I was like, hey, we're gonna go attack. Like, who wants to join?
yeah. Bring the people, and it's that fact that you promised to help them that actually gets them off their butts. Cool. Yeah.
This is like hey, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're gonna go fight these things. Who's with us? Okay, and then I roll what?
That sounds good. Well, first let's get rid of recruits, shall we?
Right.
Because I think that's what you just did.
Yeah.
Okay. So they are here to back you up, not necessarily sign up. Like they didn't become Talpavra, I guess. So this is like an initial step towards that, if you'd like. But let's
grasp.
Yeah, roll a grasp, and then I'll give you a +1 for just the family. Actually, wait a second. No, they're rolling their lend aid. So
they have to roll first.
I think that's what they're doing, right? They're helping you in the family level. So that's the role they make to do so.
But this says, but I'm lending aid to a group. Do I have to roll lend aid? Or I'm confused.
No, it's when your family throws its weight behind another. You're the one doing the main action here.
Well, okay,
I think this is. Yeah.
But this says when you under treaty for under Talpavra, it says when you lend aid to a group under a kaiju threat alert, gain 1 treaty on them. So do I have to roll lend aid?
Oh.
I didn't realize lend aid was a thing.
Is it capitalized?
Yes. So I don't know if that counts.
Where are you seeing this?
On Talpavra, right under treaty. It says when you lend aid to a group under a kaiju threat alert, gain 1 treaty on them.
Oh, it's a special treaty move.
So that's not. So I'm not. It's not just generic lending aid.
Yeah.
It's specific, so I don't get a +1 on them with this.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So I just have to roll a straight thing.
So we can do it this way. You could decide we'll fortify the city first, right? I'll help you, and then you help us go fight.
So I roll lend aid.
They do something, and then they'll lend aid to you, and we can do the treaty that way. That makes sense to me.
This is risky because on a 7 to 9, your family is exposed to any danger, retribution, or unforeseen consequences of their move.
Yeah, that's only if they fail, though, right?
Yeah, but I have to roll. What do I roll on this?
It's with their treaty with them, so it's just 0.
This is not looking good. How do I roll treaty actually?
I think you just might have to type it in manually. Just 2d6.
Rip. I feel like this is gonna end poorly.
Well, 7.
Yeah, I'm exposed to any danger, retribution, or unforeseen consequences of their move.
Okay.
But I get a +1 now. I get treaty on them. So now they have to roll in date, and that could end poorly too.
I'm just looking at their moves real quick here to see.
Okay.
What they got here. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yep. Okay. They might have advantage on this roll because of a move they have. They're kind of like made to work in this weird environment. Oh, they also have they have Dwellers in Darkness. I totally forgot about this. Gain 1 darkness when you defeat a monster, face a hunter, burn 2 darkness to add one of the following. Learn the secret of the fall. Okay, I'll say they have 1 darkness right now because they learned a secret of the fall.
Whatever that
means. The Moldwarps aren't gods.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Did they defeat a monster or face hardship thanks to their adaptations or taboos? I don't think they have done any of those things yet. Okay, so they can't use this to add something to a map. Okay, cool. Yeah, these are cool moves. I just I noticed them before. Okay, I think they are probably going to do the same move, right? They're doing grasp to claim by force. And it's basically to claim the resource defenses, right? They're trying to build up their defenses again. So I honestly think that the ones below want you to help them lend aid, like to help them like tear down these tunnels, right? Like make it harder for the Moldwarps to just come into their front door. So I'll roll grasp for them. We'll see. Actually, they're really good at this. They have a 2 grasp, and they're rolling with advantage because of you. So this should be good. Only a 9. That wasn't as good as it could have been. So good thing they're rolling 3d6 though. They got a 2 and a 1 for that original roll.
Yeah, they did not roll extremely great.
Yeah.
Well, they rolled average actually.
All right. So on a 7 and 9 for claim by force, you choose 2. You need to commit to securing it. Tie one of your surpluses to the resource. If you lose the resource, you lose the surplus, and vice versa. There's a cost to your victory. Your family gets a need of the GM's choice, or you hurt somebody. The GM will say who, and they take 2 treaty on you. They have to choose 2, man. I don't think they hurt you. Doesn't really make sense to me.
They hurt the Moldwarps.
They heard the Clan of Ancient Mysteries. Oh no.
They hurt the cheese.
It must be you need to commit to securing it, and there's a cost to your victory. So it's a kind of a costly victory here. They do get defenses. They will tie their defenses to energy, to their surplus energy. So basically, if they lose one, they lose the other. So I think what happens is they manage to use your knowledge of like alien technology, their knowledge of the alien technology. You're able to work together to make some sort of weird energy field that acts like a nega beacon, right? That kind of reverses the polarity of the signal.
Similar to what we have at our place.
And so if that happens to fail at any point, then their defenses are gone. So I don't think you end up getting rid of the big tunnel. I think the trench still remains. I think it's just
big friggin' tunnel. How are you going to get rid of that?
It is pretty huge. Yeah, you think about the logistics of it for a couple days, and then you're like, this isn't going to work. We're not going to tear this down. It's going to bring, like, maybe you think it's going to bring down the entire city if we do this. Like, there's the structural stability is going to.
It's that big.
Yep.
You could put a few dead Moldwarps in there. That might help.
It's true. Just stuff them in the entrance. But yeah, they have like an energy field basically that's protecting them.
Okay. So
they will gain a need though, in addition to that. And I think, let's see, the need will be
chocolate.
Like, what does it cost them to do this?
Chocolate.
Let's give them the need for engineering. They're able to put this together, but without, like, I don't think either of your people have the engineers necessary. Maybe it's not even that you don't have good people. It's just you don't have enough good people to keep this running. Like, the having a need for engineering means everything you build is in constant need of repairs and patch jobs at best. And that's if you're able to work out how to fix it. Making something long lasting is close to impossible. So this is a temporary fix. Like, they're going to have to find some better engineers to help them make this work long term.
That's not how things are supposed to work. You know, just constantly repairing things. Like all the Talpavor, I mean, what do you mean? That's not how it's supposed to happen?
That's just life, dude.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So that worked out pretty well. But now they can you've lended aid to them, so you get a treaty on them, and now you can have them help you.
Claim by force with the +1.
Yep.
Grasp with the +1.
Or actually, wait. Let's let them roll lend aid, so you might get advantage too.
Okay.
Okay.
And they get one treaty on me.
Just 2d6. They get one treaty on you?
Yeah. When your family throws its weight behind another, roll. Oh no, sorry. Never mind. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you get a treaty on them. Ooh, that's a failure. Okay, so this basically means you spent your treaty. They're going to get behind you. You get that +1, right? But I think the failure here means like they're going to run at the first opportunity, so no advantage for you. That's going to be a pretty fleeting. So +1 is the only thing you get.
Standard +1.
Yep. Okay. Partial success.
I get to have to pick 2.
You have to do the same sort of thing. So it's going to be a costly success. That's going to cause more problems later down the road.
I'm gonna say there's a cost to, because I don't want to tie surpluses because I'm running low on surpluses.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say there's a cost and we hurt somebody, and they gain 2.
Okay, you probably hurt the ones below, right?
Yeah.
Like
they didn't realize what they were
over
getting.
their heads. Yeah, exactly. And a bunch of them get like killed. Yeah. Yeah. So they'll get a 2 treaty on you.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And then there's a cost. I get a need.
Yep. What do we think that need is?
Well, we got rid of prestige. Do we need to? Did we get rid of prestige because of what we did? Now it's back again because now they're like, wait, maybe these guys aren't so great.
Maybe. Yeah, that could make sense. Like you got it taken away and then it comes right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me. So you were on the verge of getting, like, I think when you agreed to do this and help them to do the energy field, like the need went away for prestige.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had succeeded on this roll, like without hurting them or whatever, right, you would have gotten a surplus of prestige, but instead it just got back to a need. All right, cool.
Okay.
So you're working on it. So yeah, I guess, but you did do it. I guess you got a partial success.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for now, the rapidly expanding alien ecosystem has changed to the an abandoned, decrepit, an abandoned, decaying alien ecosystem.
So the behemoth is stopped before the threat becomes plausible.
Yep.
So each family or faction gets 1 treaty on you. Why do they get treaty on me if we did the right thing? I'm confused.
I think the idea is that you can play politics with this and have the behemoths hurt them and then swoop in and help. And then they're like, oh, you saved us. As opposed to if you stop it before it becomes a problem, they're kind of taking you for granted, right? And they're like,
fair enough.
They're like, oh yeah, we can just have them do this whenever we want.
So everyone gets treaty on me. Yay.
Yeah, they got 3 on you now. So yeah, this is interesting because like the Talpavaroi are doing the things they want to do. Like they actually did clear out the alien ecosystem. It's not rapidly expanding anymore, right? It's abandoned and decaying. The mold warps may come back at some point, but for now they've abandoned this area.
I think the Clan of Ancient Mysteries gets treaty on me too because of that, because of Alyssa.
Oh yeah, they're probably alerted. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll add 1 there.
I added it on mine too.
Cool. But like I think like for the Talpavaroi, this ends up being like a lot messier than they wanted it to be. And the ones below are now looking on you kind of with a weird combination of we're like they don't not like you. They're dependent on you now, but they've taken you for granted. They're expecting you to solve all of their problems, and they're not going to put any one of their people on the line anymore to help you. They're just like, okay, cool, you're here now. You're gonna do everything. Thanks. Right? So that's probably a frustrating couple of weeks for the Talpavaroi. And in the meantime, Cinammon is kind of preparing an expedition, right, to go down to the lake. Anything family move wise you wanted to do to prepare that?
Good question. I think it's probably more like the only family move that I have that might make sense is like the strength of the pack, add +1 quality.
Yeah. So you could end up with a quality 3 scavengers, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Instead of quality 2, right? I actually think Are We Not Men might be relevant here. When your family lends aid or otherwise protects another family without asking for anything in return, gain advantage on the joint effort. If the venture
but
is
that's
success.
just not true. I feel like
fair enough. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Like you're here for the water.
I'm here for the water, and I also want to know, like, this acquisition is really for me, but I'm guising it as you should also come because this would be good for your people.
And she's not Amanda Bynes. She's not the man. She's a woman.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
okay,
I just,
cool.
I don't think we're totally being selfless here. Let's be real.
That's totally fine.
So
right,
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, we can. So I add a +3 to my quality now. Is that?
Yeah, I was gonna say if we zoom back in and you do the same things you did before, where you got the one, you added a quality to the scavengers, and what was the other thing you did? Oh, you got data.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can get another data if you want to.
What were my options again?
We'll read them. And this would be for morale, I think, is the one.
Okay. Well, we have a surplus of morale, I think.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So the surplus of scouts would be +1 of the quality, and then surplus of morale, you get to choose. Add a tag to a piece of gear. Get as many copies of a weapon, outfit, or vehicle as needed to outfit the whole party. Add 1 to a quality of a set of followers for this mission, or get scouts reports worth 1 data.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of getting the weapons right because Seth's character's coming, so I don't think.
Yes, you will have that. If you chose that for like your hit and run tactics, you could make all of your scouts also able to do hit and run tactics, right? They would be trained in that basically.
Oh, yeah, that's true, right?
I mean,
otherwise, they're just scavengers.
Less likely to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Let's make them all good at hit and run tactics. That way, they're less likely to die.
Cool.
I mean, we're probably not. There's probably only a couple of us with boom drills, so
yeah.
Okay, when you focus on critical scenes where a handful of people might change the course of history over hours or days, say where you are on the map. So we're going to go to the lake. The main characters present say what they're there to do. So obviously Cinammon is there to get some water and help the people reconnect with their culture, find out what happened with the badger spirits, whatever, all that stuff. So is Darren coming too then?
Yeah.
And he's there to just like continue to fulfill his obligation to the mole people.
Plus, it sounds cool.
Yeah, you brought your whole big tank out here for something.
Mm-hmm.
Though I guess you did kind of run off the mole warps as well as you've been doing for the last 2 weeks. The GM describes details of the environment or asks the players questions about it. Yeah, I mean, it's an underground lake where the spirits of nature were once contacted. So, you go through a series of tunnels that leads to this like big underground lake. It's kind of spooky and dark down here. There is not really, I think maybe there's one like big pile of stones right next to the lake that might have once been a shrine or something, right? Like an altar or maybe. Kind of unclear. And then I guess the question, we were going to bring Gritchley along too, right? Gritchley was coming.
He kind of needs to be there.
Yeah, to reconnect. Yeah, you're the prophet, right? So you're figuring out what's happening with the badger mole spirits and stuff. Cool. And then everybody has gear. Anyone want to change anything about their gear?
I think it'd be the same for me.
Keep it about the same. Yeah. I mean, you're kind of still here. You haven't gone back to your family at any point during this time, so you probably have all the same stuff. And then Gritchley, you have all your stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it would be any different then.
Mm-hmm. Let me double check. Oh, that's cool. You also, as a one below, because of the playbook, the family playbook, your character can always have a tool or secret to help evade the monsters. So that's cool.
I dig it. Literally.
Yeah. All right, cool. You know what we should do first, though? Jordan, do you want to use your leader move? When you train a group for a few days, hold 3. Do you want to train a group to come down here with you and connect to the nature spirits?
Yes, and their training montage is "You're gonna go far, kid" by the Offspring.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So you have a few days to do this. So it just happens. You hold 3. When they do what you train them for, which was what? Connect to the nature spirits. Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You can spend hold 1 for 1 to add +1 to their roll result or take any consequences they suffer unto yourself. They could also help you with your roll to do such a thing. All right, cool. So that has happened. You guys have gotten your group together. Seth, is Darren bringing his giant cadre of random people in drill cars, or left most of those behind?
He's probably not bringing as many people, partially because the others are helping back at the place. And then, I mean, we just cleared out a bunch of mold warps. We're probably not wanting to bring a lot of attention to the underground lake necessarily.
Yeah, I agree. Part of the question then would be, do you take the Drac? The Drac Rack, sorry.
Drac. Oh wait, what did I name it again? Is that what
the
I
Drac
named it?
Rack?
I thought I knew it. Dracarak. That's what I meant.
The Dracarak, okay. Do you take the Dracarak? One thing that might be not a good idea, besides just it being a beacon to the mold warps, I don't think the tunnels leading to the underground lake are big enough, so you would have to create your own tunnel, in which case the mold warps could then get to said tunnel.
Yeah, probably wouldn't take it. We'd probably just bring the boom drills and maybe like a smaller drill car if it fits.
Mm-hmm. How close were you to succeeding on that grasp roll?
I was 1 away.
The Dracarak definitely would have given you a +1. Otherwise, there was no point for you have even brought that.
Okay.
I think you succeeded.
Oh, right. Then I succeeded, so I only had to pick 1. So
if you choose to hurt them, you will still have to get the prestige. Like, that'll still have happened. Well, I guess either way, yeah.
I'm gonna say, okay, here's what I'll say. I'll only pick. I wanna say that I probably some of them ended up getting hurt. They got treaty on me because they didn't realize how dangerous this was going to be. So some of them ended up dying, but they still think, whoa, these guys are so crazy. They do this all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What? Yeah. So we
Sounds
still
good,
have prestige.
Yep. So you can actually, we can take it off of needs and put it in surplus, I think.
Yeah. I like that idea better. It's like these guys are so cool, but this is dangerous. We really need their help.
Yeah. All right. So you got weaponry, warp metal, and prestige.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Cool. All right. So you've put the Dracarak away for now, and you're just doing a regular drill car.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, so you arrive at the lake. I feel like Cinammon has a role for this.
I think I do. Sorry. When you lead an expedition through hostile grounds, pick 2. You leave no tracks, you remain unseen, you travel in forced march, you travel safely.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that, and I'll give you a +1 because all of the ones below are, this is their hostile ground, right? Like, they're familiar with this.
Okay, so wait, I guess I'm confused. So do I actually roll anything for paths untrodden? It doesn't say that there's a roll.
Oh, when you evade your enemies in the wild, roll +, yeah, okay, yeah. Those are 2 separate things.
Yeah. So I think I just picked 2
just pick 2.
Travel safely, obviously.
I'll let you pick 3 because of the ones below.
Okay. Travel in forced march. Like, what does that even mean?
Faster, I think.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Just go faster. That's fine. I don't care if we go super fast. So leave no tracks, remain unseen, and you travel safely.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. So it takes a little while. You're spending some time going through the underground, winding tunnels, trying to find this thing. It's been a while since any of the ones below have even been down here, so it takes a while to discover it again.
Right.
But once you've done so, oh, did we do this? I forgot. When you mark a roll in play, raise a stat by 1 or get a new move.
Oh, should we have been doing this?
Yeah. I don't think we've been doing that. It's just when you mark a new roll, you've been the same roll the whole time, Seth. So that doesn't matter for you. But
roll as in like that,
roll.
Not rolling as rolling.
No, not rolling. Yeah.
Okay.
So as Alyssa, you moved to being rebel. So if you'd like to add 1 to a stat or get one of the new moves from there, you may do so. Technically, you can also choose to get an inheritance move, which is one of your family's special moves they get, which should be on your family sheet.
Might not hurt to get another family move.
Jordan, go ahead and add +1 to Gritchley as well, since he has two rolls.
This is the first time I've played this character, so I haven't added
exactly
yet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like any of these family moves though.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get one of the regular scout moves.
Yeah, because like you are weak when your family takes over a settlement. I don't think we're looking to take over any settlements.
No.
When your family fights for survival or supremacy. I mean, I guess we're fighting for survival.
Aren't we all in this crazy world?
I'm wondering if quick characters
get
to... No, they don't. They don't get anything extra.
When you harass your foes as they travel in the wasteland, hold 1 for each of the following conditions. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay, this one's interesting. Sights unseen. When you uncover secrets in the wilds, pick 2 details to add to the map. If you reach an unexpected area or watch an enemy force from hiding, gain +1 data. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think that's relevant to what we're doing now. Let's do that.
Oh, yeah. Because I think Uncover Secrets is... Yeah, it's a family move. When you gather your family's specialists in council, roll plus data spent. So that would be a good thing to do.
Sights unseen, I have it under Cinammon.
No. What I mean is, what does it say? Uncover Secrets is a family move when you uncover secrets in the wilds.
Oh.
Right? So it's just like, yeah, because your character is the main character right now, this is a thing that's true now. Of the family. Cool. So, but yeah, so next time you get in council, like, I mean, depending on what happens here at the underground lake, that might be the next step, right? Is go into council with the fox elders and figure out what to do next or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I think you guys show up at the lake. You've made it safely, though not quickly. And yeah, you see that like kind of stone altar. You see, yeah, like the giant expanse of lake. There's not a whole lot else here. What do you do?
I feel like she just wants to go up and try to drink the water.
Just drink the water right away. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Because it could be, like tainted and stuff with like weird things. So
Darren just looks at the water, looks at the drill guns, and like, I don't know if those work together.
Water, the true enemy of all Talpavaroi.
We can't swim. We can only swim in dirt.
That definitely is 100% canon true now. None of the Talpavaroi can swim.
Well, so would this be like having Gritchley like try to do like some kind of ritual of some kind, like to see if he can like contact spirits before we try to do anything physical here?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could do that for sure.
Right, because like I feel like I'd want to like try to contact spirits first before like messing with their stuff.
Yeah.
Makes
sense to me. Do you turn to Gritchley and say as much then?
Yeah, I think so.
So would this be lore of knowing how to do this, or would it be sway and trying to get them to?
I think it might be your special move. So Stormrider says when you commune with a place of power. I think that's what you're doing here.
Okay.
It just happens. You don't even need to make a roll here. When you commune with a place of power, its energy bursts free and does roughly what you wanted, but there are always unintended side effects decided by the GM. So if you would like to, you could make a roll instead and have it possibly be way more successful, right? Because you do technically have followers that can help you, give you a bonus on this, right? You trained them for this. Or you can just be like, you know what? No, unleash.
Could I? Well, I could. Part of me thinks I could just do the unleash thing as a backup.
That's true.
So would that be lore or would that be sway?
So you could do lore to, I believe, unleash power is a character move. When you find a device, the GM gives you a few clues about what I can do. I think the altar probably counts as a device. You know what we should do first? We need to do Unearth Forgotten Lore. When you uncover a landmark or custom from the past, roll plus lore. Let's have you do this, Jordan.
Okay.
But if let's see, do the ones below have data? They do not. I know there's a way for people to help other characters. Yeah. After failing to roll as low as you like. Okay, so you do have a fail safe here. Even if you do fail, if you fail this or another roll, you can ask, for example, you can ask Cinammon to help you with lore, roll whatever. To be like, you're a fox spirit. Well, tell me how this works, and then possibly make us failure into a success. But yeah, I think this is you, Gritchley, making Unearthed Forgotten Lore. So rolling plus lore to figure out what is this thing.
Okay. Is that standard, advantage, or disadvantage?
I think just standard.
Standard? No mods?
+1 from your followers. Or sorry, yeah, wait a second. Before you roll. When they do what you train them for, you can hold 1 for 1 to add +1 to their roll result or take any consequences they suffer onto yourself. If you'd like to spend all 3, they'll be useless to you past this point, but you could get a +3 on it, right? So 1 to 3.
I feel like the next roll would be more important to.
Probably.
Or would I want to do it on this roll?
Yeah, technically you train them to commune with the spirits, not to know about this thing. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, let's just roll.
Normal roll.
Okay, partial success. On a 7+, you gain 1 data, and you can ask one of the following questions. Is that a wonder or a horror? Where is it drawing power from? What dangers is it hiding? How can I turn it to my advantage? You can ask one of those questions.
Which one of those questions is more beneficial to our fox friends? My inclination is probably the latter.
Might be what dangers is it hiding? Because if the water is safe to drink, that will tell you one way or the other, right? That question.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that one. What dangers? Okay. I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, you also get 1 data. I'll put that on the ones below sheet. So you can spend that. If you do another roll here, you can spend that to give yourself advantage on the roll.
Okay.
What dangers is it hiding? I think that if, what's her face? Cinammon had just gone and drunk the water, she would have gotten possessed by a spirit. I think that's what would have happened. So that's a thing. Not to say that the water can never be drunk per se. It's just that right now, in the state that it's in, it's dangerous because kind of there's a latent energy that's been building up for years, generations upon generations. There are spirits that have been wanting to be talked to. that need to be like communed with for the water to kind of settle down into a normal liquid again. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the dangers it is hiding. And like that includes like even if you just go in and swam in the water or like touching the water, being around here for too long, maybe, all of those are possible dangers. There's spiritual energy happening here that is like supercharged.
I'm confused. What's swimming?
Yeah.
Given their suits,
You mean when you give yourself a dirt bath but with water?
The Talpavaroi are probably like, wait, you can like go in water and not drown? Like that's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so the water is drinkable. It's just that it's like
not currently drinkable.
Not currently.
Yes, there is a process that has to be done. The spiritual energy must be released before the water is safe to drink.
Okay.
This is also revealed. Actually, I don't think it's revealed anything more than that. Yeah. So you don't exactly know how to do that. You just know that it needs to be done. That's the danger it's hiding.
And the other thing too is that, okay, confirmed, there are spirits here.
Indeed.
So
it is unconfirmed what those spirits are, though.
Right. So now we got to figure that out.
Yep.
Now I'm going to try to confer with them, commune with them, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So I think because you, like, if you had been able to get, like, asked a different question or asked multiple questions, you could have learned that the altar itself is, like, a device that can be used to commune with them. But I think because you did not do that, you would just have to roll sway to, like, just talk to them, right? So let's see here. What is the move? Character moves. Probably find common ground when you ask someone to work with you. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll use the data to get advantage for this.
I think so. Yeah, let me just double check if there's anything else that
wasn't it tech you have to use, or is data that's something different?
Tech is what you spend on the family level to give advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any like language barrier here they need to overcome first, and if so, what that would mean. But I don't think so. I think you've prepared your servants to commune with spirits. You just have to roll with the stat you're less good in. Yeah. Okay. So you can spend a day to get advantage, and you can spend up to 3 of your hold to get bonuses from your followers.
Okay. I only have the option to do up to +2.
Oh yeah. So I guess that's the limit then. Yeah.
So I can spend 2 of the followers to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will do that.
Nice.
Yep. So you got a full success there. In which case, I believe there's still a condition that they give you, but you should be able to commune with them. Let's see. On a hit, they'll do it if you meet their terms. On a 10+, they pick 1. They'll only do it if. So what do you actually tell them? When you ask someone to work with you, what are you asking them to do? Leave this place and never return.
Let us understand who you are, why you're here, and how we can make this help you on your way away from this place.
You said, let us know what you want. And then...
Yeah,
sorry,
well, yeah.
I think
let us know who you are,
right,
and what you want. So just tell us about who you are, like what your whole deal is,
yeah,
and how we can like help you be okay with moving on from right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let me think about that for a second. So did I make any? I need to see if I made any notes on this magic system. Oh. I think they probably come back to you, like the voices of the spirits or whatever, come back to you as kind of like these weird whispers that sound. I don't know if we've described what the moldwarps sound like more than just they roar or whatever. But it sounds kind of like to you it at first just sounds like that. And maybe you're worried at first here. But pretty quickly discernible snippets. And it's kind of like as if you were a modern English speaker hearing Middle English, right? So it's definitely the same sort of language, or maybe even like not quite Old English, but like somewhere maybe even between Old English and Middle English, where it is far enough away from you that you can tell you can't understand most of what's being said, but every once in a while you'll catch a phrase or a word that's giving you a vague picture of what is being said. There's definitely, and it's not even that like there's like a weird magical thing that's going on. It's literally that they're speaking a language that has connections to the language you currently speak, but is different, right? Fundamentally different in some ways that are making it hard to hear and understand. But after a while, you're able to pick out. They say something along the lines of, "We are the spirits of the earth," right? And we have been trapped in a foreign element, right? So something about like maybe they're trapped in the water and they're meant to be in the ground. Something along those lines is kind of what you're picking up in vague hints and barely understood phrases.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with so then I guess I'd ask, like, how do we put you in the ground where you belong?
Yeah.
How do we get you untrapped?
I think they say something along the lines of, "Space has been carved for us already. We thank you, but there is still negative emotion filling this place that is a barrier to our exit."
Are we all hearing this, or is it just him? I missed
just him.
Part.
Yeah,
Okay.
like he's speaking a language that none of you would understand. Actually, well,
the vibes are too harsh in this place.
Actually,
yeah, I was gonna say, Fox,
I have a move for this.
You do have a move for this? Okay, I was gonna say, if you were able to hear the voices, you might be able to understand it, but I don't know if you can. You might be able to. Yeah.
My thing is words unspoken. When you find a new people deep in the wasteland, you can roll plus lore on familiar face and find common ground, even if it's your first time here, in spite of any language barrier.
Is it a language barrier? Oh yeah, you just see.
It is. Yeah. Let's see. I think it might be familiar face. Let me look at that one. Yeah. Let's have you roll lore for familiar face. You're circling up of a spirit friend.
Okay. Can I use one of my data to have advantage on this?
Sure.
Ooh, nice.
All around you are familiar faces.
Okay. All around you. Yeah. Pick 3 of the following. So this is when you look for old.
Sorry, did you subtract the data already?
I did not.
Okay, okay, done.
Cool. When you look for old friends in a new settlement, this is familiar face, right? On a hit, you find someone. So this is like, are you able to find like a spirit of the earth, one of the mole badger spirits, who recognizes who you are, right? And like knows you as a friend, right? Whether or not you never met this person in the same sense as would normally be for this move,
right? But they know. Oh, you're the fox spirit.
Yeah, the spirits of the forest. And you can pick 3 of the following options. You don't owe them. They're influential in the settlement. They're not tied up in their own crisis. And they're already interested in your current predicament.
Already interested in current predicament. It sounds like they're already in a crisis, so I don't know if I can pick that one. I don't. Like,
because
they're trapped here. So does that?
Yeah, but I think you're safe to choose that one because I think Jordan's character is dealing with it, right?
Okay. Sorry. List the other options again.
You don't know them. They're influential in this element. I think we can basically count all of these for the purposes of right now because, you don't know them. There would be no reason for you to do so. They are so you found one of the more powerful of the spirits is the one that's like looking at you and talking to you. They're not tied up in their own crisis because Jordan's already successfully made the roll. He just have to figure out the details of like how to get them out. And then they're already interested in your current predicament. What is that for you?
That they want to leave the water and
they want to make sure the water is pure for you. Okay.
Right. Yeah. That they don't want to be here either. And so they're like, if we can leave here and help you out too, then we'll do that. Okay. Also, I mean, like the current predicament too is right that like, I kind of want you guys to be the things that these people are worshiping now. In a way, right? Like,
yeah, that's one angle you could take.
I think I care more about the water, if I'm being honest. But
yeah, that's why I asked. Is this is about you, right?
Yeah, I care more about the water, but I also think that like Cinammon's alternative motives are to get my people to accept these weird mole people. They need to worship spirits.
Right. Yeah, connect them to the old badger,
old ways,
mole spirits.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So
you want to choose. They're already interested in your current predicament being we want the mole humans that used to be in contact with us to know the truth.
Yeah.
So like, help them. Okay.
Sure. But if I had to choose one, she'd pick water because it's about survival.
Okay. Yeah. So I was gonna say that this is a choice. You like if you're picking water, then you're picking water. Okay.
I mean, I think. Yeah, that's hard. I mean,
I have a new role for you to mark if you choose water.
Oh God.
Can I make the argument?
Well, okay. So, and how am I going to get this water to my people? I guess that's the other question.
The spirits can help you with that.
Just take a cup. You walk it over, walk back.
I have an idea.
Over.
Okay. Because I think the reality is that she cares more about getting water there because otherwise, what good are they if they're dead without water?
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
And if they can help her, then she can still try to make the case of like, well, this wouldn't have been possible without the mole people. So, I think that's top priority.
And so, Jordan, your move wanted it to be, how do we get you out of here, right? Like, how do we free you from this? They said like negative energy, and I think that might be the like condition they give. Let me look at what the options are.
Gotta fix the vibes in this place, man.
Yeah, it might be you give them something now that's worth it, right? They might need to like. There might be something. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the right angle here because you kind of made two moves without resolving the first one first. So the options are for like the condition they can give you, Gritchley. A third party vouches for you. They can change specific parts of the task. They can back out as soon as it costs them. You reduce the threat you pose to them. You give them something now that's worth it. Oh, okay, that's what it is. You reduce the threat you pose to them. Okay, this is. I think this is what we see. The spirits basically say the negative energy is you. Ones below. The technology that is grafted into your body is abhorrent to us. Like you must leave this cave immediately, right?
Okay, so say it again.
basically the Gritchley and the mole people, like the ones below, are abhorrent to these spirits. They're like at this point, honestly, since you've awakened us, the only thing keeping us from exiting this is you. Like, you must leave immediately.
Like, these mole people want to worship you. Like, okay, but they gross.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think what we see, Gritchley, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we see, right? Gritchley and his followers leave the room, and the main spirit has turned to Cinammon and basically says, you are the spirit of the forest. You can tell us where to go. Where is the place where we will be the most free?
Under the sea.
And so this is my idea, Alyssa. I think what you say is, come to our forests, right? The spirits of the earth could make the roots of our trees deep and strong, and also maybe you'll bring that water with you, right? And they will. They have the power to do so.
They'll just like transport it over.
They'll just bring it with them.
Great, do it. Yeah.
Okay. And this is what we do. Cinammon marks
now
the
we'll
traitor.
have more spirits.
Cinammon marks the traitor role. Because mark when you find a seemingly inexhaustible resource. Tell us why locals haven't exploited it and the reason for its value to your people. The GM will describe the place of solace and beauty you must ravage to reap these valuables. We've just done this. You have raped the natives, their land, and you have taken all of their water.
Is that true?
I think it will become obvious in the days to come that this underground lake was feeding a lot of like springs and tunnels and
of the mole people.
Mm-hmm. But by that point, it will be too late.
I had.
Oopsie.
I know you went for the water thing instead of, what was the other thing you for option?
Having
make their spirits like help you.
Oh, yeah.
Be your guides.
Yeah, be like your gods, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Now I guess the mole people will just have to come to us.
Hey, so it was okay and you do it, but when I suggest they leave their home, it's bad. But when you steal their water, it's fine.
I had no idea.
And poor Gritchley was being so nice about this too. He was like, yeah.
I genuinely don't think that Cinammon meant to do that though. But she was like, okay, like, because here's the thing, right? Is that this water's poisoned, or like you would have gotten possessed if you had drank in it. She wouldn't have thought, oh, like this is the spring well to.
Yeah. So part of this is just like the choice you really made was, where are the spirits going to go? Right? Like you couldn't have gotten the water in the same, like you would have to have, set up a weird complex tunnel network to get the water to you unless you were able to do this magic spirit thing. Otherwise the spirits were going to stick around here, go into the tunnels and then guide the mole people. But then, the fresh water is kind of still out of your reach. You'll have to figure out some other way to get it. But you chose water. So the spirits come along with, and your forest is going to be great though. Like I tell you what, like the forest is going to be thriving now.
Oopsie
doopsie.
Sorry, not sorry.
They're just mole people.
So do I get another move for becoming a traitor?
You do. Yeah, you can either get a move or add a +1 to one of your stats. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to add a +1 to lore.
Yeah, so and I think like this is taking place over the course of weeks, right? So like everything that happened in this session and the stuff that was happening last session. So like Cinammon has gone from being an advocate for the mole people to being like, well, they're kind of doomed now. Do I just cut my losses, right? Like at this point, you're thinking maybe it's too much trouble to like even bother about it at this point. The Tavroy still around, like they're gonna help the mole people.
Well, right, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, I gave you guys people to help you.
I'll wash my hands of this.
Bye bye. I found the spirits that I was looking for and water.
Yep. So Cinammon has become a traitor.
Not to my own people though. That's good.
No. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Well, let's. I think that's probably it. Unless Gritchley, did you have it? Like that's just kind of like the aftermath of that. But I don't know if there's a whole lot else to do zoomed in at this point, right? Like the spirits have moved on.
Yeah, I don't think. I
Unless
mean,
you
I
have
don't
another
think
idea.
Gritchley was really even particularly interested in the spirits.
Yeah, I don't think Gritchley even knew like the ramifications of any of this. It will become obvious in quickly.
How much water do moles need to survive? That's the question.
Good question.
How much water do moles need to survive? They need 1 inch of water per, or no, that's lawns. What the heck? Stupid AI.
They need an inch of
mole of water is a
different
is a measurement. How much water do moles need? They don't normally drink water. They mostly get their water from the food they eat, mainly worms and night crawlers.
Okay, so basically it's not that they need to drink, like they're not drinking the water, but it's the life around them.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, the tunnels have now become completely desolate, right? All the worms are going to die because the soil is going to become
right. Hey, but useless. You know what? I bet worms don't even need that much water, so it's probably not going to be obvious for several weeks.
As a
right?
note, these aren't actual moles. These are people who are kind of taking the shape of moles, so it's not exactly the same thing. But I think it makes sense that like they wouldn't need as much water, but I think they still will get the need fresh water now, right? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Now you have to come to us if you want fresh water.
Oh, perfect. Wow, you fox people are real nice.
To each their, I Cinammon really tried.
Unless you have the water, then it's my own.
Cinammon was really trying to help. She really was. She had a good heart behind it. But at the end of the day, right, if it's between these weird mole people and her centuries-old fox spirit family, she's gonna pick her family.
Fair enough. And
that's
here
just
I
what
thought
all
you cared about the little guy. And
that's just what all the colonists say, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
To each their own. We get the water, you get the crippling, slow, painful death.
It's what everybody deserves.
I've literally taken away their defenses and
You've completely uprooted their entire culture and given them nothing in return.
And I'm the one who they're like, we don't know if we trust you.
Yep.
Now they're gonna blame us because
they have prestige. You have prestige now, right? Like, yeah, they have a treaty on you, so they can. You're obliged to help them with things, but they do like think you're really cool.
That brings up a good question. Where do we get our water?
You're nomadic. You just kind of go around. There's wells and water. Like, the homeland is still full of water and trees and stuff, right? This is like the main forest right over here, but like there's other places that have water and stuff. All right, cool. So when we zoom out, when events move from zoomed in scenes to the bigger picture and actions covering weeks and months become important, each player whose main character wasn't involved picks one. So again, we zoom into Mickey and he gets to do one more thing. Actually, I guess Darren actually didn't do anything.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there, but you did nothing because Alyssa made it completely safe to get here. So
yeah, sorry. So I mean, we can even just say he wasn't.
I was
there.
gonna say we can do we at least have you do this move as well, Darren. Okay, so you can. Did you find a new place in your family? Did you go scavenging in the wasteland? Did you scout for information? Did you help out another family or faction? Or did you discover a new danger?
Helped out family and faction. Oh, so where's this list? Which one is it?
It's in story moves, zooming out.
Zooming out. Didn't really go scavenging in a wasteland.
And this could also be something you do now after that lake.
I mean, actually, we probably, since we took out those aliens, we probably scavenged that area. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. I also helped out a family.
Add one tech.
I also helped out the really more helped out Cinammon than the. I guess no. Given what happened, I helped out a family.
I think tech makes the most sense.
Oh, there's only one of them.
Yeah, you can only choose one.
Oh, okay. Definitely scavenging the wasteland to add one tech.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me. What did Mickey do? Jordan.
I think Mickey also scavenged. I think he's trying to get a team to go and check out what's going on with the weird science experiments at the weird magic place.
Sorry, so which one did you choose then?
Scavenge.
Scavenging in the Wasteland as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what that might be. Where in the Wasteland did you go?
Well, I think we were gonna go try to get the resources back that were stolen, that people were gonna bring to the science place or the weird place and conducting science experiments.
Okay. Yeah. So I think this is like us kind of zooming in and seeing Mickey on his way there with whoever he's bringing with him, and they happen to find a piece of warp metal that's been left behind by accidentally dropped or something, right? From the giant nugget that they brought out here. So
Okay.
You don't get the surplus, right? You don't have the whole warp metal thing, but you do get one tech for that purpose.
Cool. And what was the
Makes
one that I did last time?
You did find a lead, I think, on a resource.
That's right.
Yeah, and you figured out, they're over here. So yeah, next time we would pick up with the Starset Seekers going to the valley where lights appear in the sky and a spot where the laws of physics are unraveled, and he's going to track down the scientists who stole his warp metal.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds great. I'm checking the book real quick. At some point in the game, the age turns and we go forward in time. People make new characters and we
do we have birthdays? The age turns.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to think of how long. Let's see. When you feel you've dealt with the threats and opportunities of the current age. Yeah, we haven't reached that yet, but we're going along here. Just curious. At some point, that will happen. All right, cool. I think that's probably where we can wrap. We can check real quick and see if there's any resources that have changed about anybody. So you got warp metal, you got weaponry and prestige, Seth. Do we think you got scouts and recruits? You could, if you wanted to right now, you can make a family move to try to do that recruitment thing you wanted to do.
I don't know if that would just make things worse.
Yeah. We could also plan on zooming in on the scene and that and having.
Yeah, we can work on that more later. That feels
that makes sense.
Given everything that just happened, I feel like things are about to fall apart with the ones below.
Yep. Well, maybe as they're all dying, you can say, well, come with me if you want to live. Yeah.
Come with me if you want to live.
Do we think that the Talpavaroi have gotten any surpluses or needs based on just the fiction that's been established that we haven't already touched on?
Well, we got prestige.
Mm-hmm. You've fought the.
You know what? Actually, would we have gotten any tech from fighting the? Would we have gotten more warp metal or some sort of tech from fighting the worms? Not the worms, the warp molds.
Yeah, the mold warps. You already have warp metal, so you don't need more of that. Let me check. What other options are here?
We've established that we get warp metal from fighting the mold warps. So would we have gotten something, or maybe our transport gets back up since we were able to get supplies to fix up our transports, maybe? I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing things out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe just tech. That was just my only thought.
Well, that's kind of the option you chose, right? Is the zoom out thing that you did was that kind of.
Well, my thought was because my thought was the tech we got was from the abandoned alien ecosystem. I'm talking about what we got from the mold warps.
The mold warps themselves.
Yeah.
I really can't think of another thing besides just the warp metal itself.
You have more of an excess of warp metal?
Yeah, how about we do barter goods? You have a wealth of valuable items, right? You have extra warp metal that you can sell to people. There's other people who can use that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, add barter goods as a.
Can I add barter goods? I put see warp metal.
Sure.
Or just barter goods. Or just so we remember for next time. It's more warp metal.
Yeah, but I think you still need scouts and recruits.
Yeah,
you're still low on people, especially after you've just fought a bunch of them again.
Yeah.
But you succeed with flying colors, so I don't think you don't need to like get a need or anything from that. But yeah, so I think that makes sense. Clan of the Ancient Mysteries. Well, your freshwater needs are fixed. Not only is it not a surplus or not a need, it is now also a surplus, I think. Like you've gotten all the fresh water you could ever ask for.
Excellent.
I think you still probably have safety as a need.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the kind of example ones it gives here. I think I described that the forest is like really strong now.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened, not only did they bring the water with them, but they are the spirits of the earth, right? They're like the moles and badgers and stuff. So like they're responsible for keeping there. So just having them here is like pretty good. For like the forest and stuff, for the land. So you choose, do you want a surplus of land or do you want a surplus of crops?
Ooh. I don't know that land makes sense because it's not like
you have more space now.
Right. So I feel like crops would definitely make sense for us.
You have an independent food source that keeps you well fed and healthy, right? Like, yeah.
Okay, so
the forest, like the berries and the animals of the forest, like they're all abundant now. So yeah, add crops to your surpluses.
Cool.
Did you get any needs, you think, from just like the narrative as it's played out?
That's a good question. I need to not go through some kind of existential crisis.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like morale would be good from the foxes. Like they don't begrudge what you did.
No. If anything, they're like, oh, good, awesome.
Mm-hmm. Maybe prestige as a need.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Like you've become insular by screwing over the other faction, and you left the Talpavroy to deal with the mess. Yeah, let's give you a need for prestige.
People don't respect us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Prestige.
No, I have a treaty on you. I have 4 treaty on you.
You do, yes, it's true.
But you have 1 treaty on me, so there's that.
Let's see. Starset Seekers haven't changed a whole lot this time. Yeah, I think they just got the 1 tech. We didn't do a whole lot with them. Ones below definitely need to have these switch around a little bit here. They have energy and defenses that are tied together right now. They did get okay. They got justice taken off as a need, and then they got it again because you just screwed them over.
Question: do they know that I screwed them over? Is that obvious?
They'll know eventually.
The description for justice is as a need. There's a long-standing crime that demands reparations. The group that hurt you hasn't suffered at all, while you have to deal with the harm they dealt every day. I think eventually it will get out that this is the way it's gone.
They're like, hey, where'd our water go?
Exactly.
Water, like, where'd it go? That one fox lady wanted to come down here.
And we're definitely going to add fresh water as a need for them. They're now at -3 mood. If they get one more need, they'll have a hard time. They'll have to roll a thing. Let's see. Do they have any other changes here? Let's see. At one point there was talk of artisans, but I don't think anyone followed through on that. Wasn't the Talpavroy going to give them culture?
Yeah, we talked about that.
So yeah, that can be something that can happen in the future. To keep that in mind. Let's see, butter goods, crops, fences, energy.
It best be a water park at this point.
Land. You know what? I think they do actually get a surplus of land though, because the Tabhavari have cleared out the ecosystem, so they have a large stretch of land that is like safe for them right now.
We're trying to help.
Yeah, exactly. I think that we can give them leadership as a surplus too. As far as I could tell, Gertchley was doing a great job, right? And he was a kindly, able leader. Seems like that's going well. Beyond that, though. Oh, yeah. They probably don't have... See, here's a question. Do they have morale? Do they have a need or surplus for morale? Based on what happened here?
Maybe that would make sense that they maybe need some morale because...
After everything happened.
Well, people died.
Yeah.
But we're also here, so like it's like they need morale because we're their morale. That's like I could go either way on that one. Because like yes, people died, but also they're like we've got these super cool protectors. So maybe it kind of evens out, so it doesn't really do much. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. That makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind is if you want to give these guys warp metal, that's something you could do, Seth, with your barter goods next time. Oh, wait. What's the difference between safety and defenses? Okay, yeah. Protect from
defenses
harm.
are physical, safety is more mental, maybe.
Safety is you luxuriate in hard-earned peace and stability, which is not true. So you have defenses, but not safety. I think that is it. Cool. Yeah, right now they're sitting at -1 mood, actually, but only because they have so many surpluses. In addition, they have a giant list of surpluses and needs, but they're all canceling each other out. All right, cool. Next time we'll probably zoom in with Mickey next, and then continue with the ramifications of other stuff as well. Fun stuff. I think this has been our game of Legacy. Thanks for playing, guys. That's fun. We're out.